Yo. What's up, pups? How you doing? What's going on? Yo. We just entered the crazy zone, okay? We got to get into it. What's up, Deerslayer? Smash the like button coming in, pups. Really appreciate it. Got a few people already smashing them. What's up, Puffy? Yup. Do it. Algo's my friend right now. What's up, Mike Force? How you doing? Yeah? What's up, ED? What's up, TS Pedro? What's going on, Mike Force? How's the volume, guys? I think I fixed it from the last stream, by the way. Who's blindfolded? Yeah, that's right. Hit the pink button. Blindfolded. Nice. Yeah. What's up? ECD. Who's that? TS Pedro lurking. What's up, Salty Dog? Alpha Hover. How you doing? ECD. Smash it, mofos. Hey, Wolf. Appreciate your time once again. Markets are super intriguing. Thanks, buddy. Anytime. Crypto Phil. Clintron's long time no see, man. Good to see you lurking in the chat. What's up, Firestarter? What's up, OG Josh? You became a member? Right on, man. So I got membership for a detailed TA. I mean, we'll still cover the main stuff and basics here, but if you guys want the detailed requests, what have you, it's pretty much a cup of coffee. We call it the 69 Club. It's $6.99 a month. Hexy Trucker, what's going on? Kind of is. Funding, Jim. What's happening, brother? What's up? Who's that? Let's see what happens. What's going on? Love Matters. Blobfish King. Oh, yeah. Let's get that link in there. What's up, Ahimus? Zymus, what's going on? Hey, man. What's up, Crypto Manseps? DeFi Medic. More Matt time. What's going on? Super Snake. Good to see you again. Oh, DeGreen. What's up? Did you change your name? I remember that mushroom thing. What's up, Fast Abdul? How you doing? Yeah, Cotton Trust. I don't trust any of these Panos care for Giga Manufacturer, the main bro. Oh, well, thanks, bro. Appreciate it. I don't know what's going on over there right now. St. Jim wants an invite. What's going on, man? The last members only show was fire. Great value. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. We just covered some basics and what you guys were asking for. Ticking slow, world dimmer than the hymn. Curtains drawn, city hum tucked in my ears. Quiet like a monk, piece sharper than spears. Rising, calm in the haze. Night unfolds softly, blurring my 1 billion pulse so easy now. You know how many years I've been hearing that? Do you know how cheap Hex is right now? Do you know how cheap this is right now? Well, keep buying that dip. Keep getting that dip. All right, I'm posting the link in the room. I know Funding Jim was here. Funding Jim, I'll just send it right to you, man. I see it right there. So, and then it's in the Telegram. Fuck, crazy, man. What is going on? Somebody's coming in the room. What's his name has a live going on right now. We're going to listen to some of that too. Gary, what's happening, brother? Let me get you in here. You're not on screen yet. Hang on, I got to punch you in here. Where the fuck is... Okay. Go with that. Got to chat. What's going on? All right. What's up, Gary? How you doing, man? Good to see you.
Doing good. I missed yesterday. I've been doing a lot of family stuff, and I'm traveling. When am I traveling? I'm traveling in a couple of days. I'm going to go to Dominican Republic again. So I'm doing real estate related stuff in Dominican Republic.
Oh, right on, man. Good for you, bro. That's really cool. I'd love to hear about some of these places sometime. What's up, Jim Cork? Thank you for the repost. Really appreciate that, brother. What's up, Charmed Inez? How are you? Yeah, that music is great. But we got blood We got lots of blood, guys. So if you guys remember, we've been talking about this for a while, okay? And here we are. Bitcoin is going down. Now, I had put this rectangular box here, and I told you guys we were going to come into here, okay? I was very clear about that multiple times. And I talked a lot about a flash crash, okay? And there's a lot of reasons why I was very convinced we're going to get a move, very strong move straight down, which we're getting right now. Now, we've even gone past my purple box, much lower than I thought, 63.5, but we're kind of still within that range that I was thinking we're going to get a flash crash into. And you can see I even sketched this drawing, which I was hoping we'd get, but at this point, we could just go sideways longer. But I was definitely seeing a very strong capitulation downward into this box, which we have, and it's pretty gnarly right now. We are just absolutely going into Goblin Town. Very, very, tons of volume, very strong. Yeah, it's not looking pretty at all.
So I saw it was 62.4, at least what coin market cap, 62.4 for Bitcoin, but 6 days ago, it was 84. That's pretty dramatic, you know?
Yeah.
It's a pretty big jump in 5 days, 6 days.
Yeah, that's a pretty big move. And I think that's why I was calling for, what would be, this could be seen as if when you see this on the chart, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. A flash crash is because when you come back, and you look at what a flash crash looks like, they look like this, okay? They look like very strong moves down. They're not like, a markdown in price, okay? That's into a new range. They're literally like waterfall events coming down. And this was zombie apocalypse, February of 2020. You see what's happening here, right? And if we come back to where we are now, you can see absolutely, a little music, a little background music on too. Where'd it go? No need to. You can see very similar. This looks very similar to that zombie apocalypse. You even came down, broke under the 50 on the daily, rejected, and look what we're doing now. Let me see if I can get back there without a lot of fucking jumping around here. How quickly I can do this. Okay, let me show you something. What happened? You broke under the green, the 50, you came up, you got rejected, and you started waterfalling into what's like pretty much was a flash crash. Now we know why that was happening. And a lot of people, we don't know why necessarily this is happening. And sometimes you don't need a reason, all right? So you see we broke under, hit the 50, got rejected, and now we're pretty much waterfalling down. Very similar to the zombie apocalypse. Now, why is this happening? Well, it could be a lot of reasons. I just foresaw this as a very strong reason, a very strong possibility, and that's why I kept talking about a flash crash and that you're not going to get a standard bear, which I'm still not convinced you are going to get a standard bear. I still think that this might start chopping. We're definitely going to probably rally out of here, come back up, and then maybe you get another flash crash. And I was drawing the other day with, did you guys catch the stream with Crypto Factor? That was an awesome stream, by the way.
Yeah, I caught about a half hour of it, and you were saying because people are expecting it to go further, that pulling out a little earlier would be more probable because then people are offside.
Yeah, and how crazy is this? I drew this before we had this capitulation, where I drew this straight down, and then I drew a rally up, and then another straight down. And I said, what if we get some kind of choppy bear market so people don't know it is a bear market in terms of time, but it doesn't go down and consolidate in a low range and give you time to comfortably buy down here at 50K or 40K or whatever it is before it goes up. We get something like this. And I literally freaking live drew another version of my flash crash where I came straight down, and look where we are right now. This is my drawing that I did the other night with Crypto Factor Live, and I said we bounce from there, and now we're literally filling out. I just have different versions of this flash crash theory and a bear market that looks like a bunch of little flash crashes. Now, I don't know if this is even remotely going to happen, but so far we've got, it's interesting how it is kind of happening. And you saw the only other time we've had a drawdown like this on Bitcoin was like the zombie apocalypse. Usually you get a markdown in prices we go into the bear market, and that keeps people uncertain of whether we're really, this is just a flush. We're just waterfalling. This is crazy. This is really gnarly.
Well, we're down 50%. At least Bitcoin is down 50% from, exactly almost 62.4 is 50% from its all-time high.
It's huge.
And
50.79%.
this is also the 1 year. Yeah, this is 50%, and then this is the 1 year mark of, the crypto president is going to come into office.
Yep.
The crypto czar, the AI czar of David Sachs. Like a lot of story before the election and then the election. We've had other events that were, they were dramatic and they were challenging for the American psychology. Charlie Kirk and Epstein and all the other, news cycle events. And Epstein has stuck around for quite some time. Now, recently there's been, I forgot who it was that was saying something about uh, aliens. That's why I made a comment about aliens and nukes. I was like, okay, the real bottom is going to be when, the tactical nuke for the alien, controller, the lizard gods or whatever,
Well,
controller of
the
the
alien thing's been
the
predicted.
Illuminati. When that happens, we'll be like, that's the bottom.
That could be the bottom. Werner von Braun, and his team, were some of these people still alive, and they were been giving interviews into the 90s talking about the final event's going to be the fake alien invasion. And they were very adamant about that. And these are the same people that said they're going to do a virus attacks and they're going to do this stuff. So we got the virus thing that happened. So the last thing left is the alien invasion. So a lot of people are
Yeah,
speculating.
so there was supposedly, I don't know if it was like AI fake stuff, but it was somebody notable. I can't remember who it was. It was notable. It was like, big following, a couple million people or something like that. And they were saying, if, because Trump was getting grief over Epstein. And then there was this, a lot of the conservatives were, Epstein stuff's not coming out, it's not coming out. And then Epstein files of like 3 million documents came out. And I said something to you during that really quick pop on about how, the timing of when Epstein got killed or died or whatever, and all of the delay to get to the public having access to the AI tools that we have. I believe that the governments have had and the elites have had these tools for a long time. I don't think that it's new to you and I that we have ChatGPT and cloning of your voice and cloning of your video
Yeah.
and things like that. But I think that tech has been there for a while, and they have now the general public for a $10 subscription and dropping can create very believable, realistic video and sound to corroborate or to cloud any kind of politic or any kind of financial. It's always like check, verify or check, verify, don't trust or something like that inside of our crypto world. And so much is manipulated, so much from how wealthy someone is. If they leverage credit, they don't have to have any assets at all. They're just using credit. They're borrowing out of their own future, or they're borrowing out of the future of their company or whatever. So even the idea of like wealth or political influence used to be more with centralized 3 television channels, narrative being distributed. Now there are millions or maybe billions of commentators on social media platforms that really go and decentralize, if you want to call it that, or at least make more noise than signal. And you said something, maybe it was part of your stream, about the elites have to keep control. How do they control the narrative? They don't have as many centralized mechanisms as they did, at least since the previous election in the States, at least, when, Facebook was spending 500 million or whatever, all the shutdown that you commented about as far as flash crash of COVID, who could speak out or not speak out. And it really went a bit too far on the towards censorship. And now I think that the tactic is, let's take off all of the censorship so that nobody believes anything. It gets published, everything gets out there, whether it's true or not, and it just becomes so much noise instead of signal.
Yeah, 100%. Yo, Hexamillion 28, thank you so much for the repost. Really appreciate it. Guys, Ethereum is at 1,860, and we are showing not really any signs of stopping yet, but we're certainly getting very oversold just in general. If you go to the daily and we look at Ethereum on the RSI, it's pretty low. We've been down this low in the summer. I mean, we hit all the way down to about a 19 on the RSI. I want to see what we got here on the weekly over here.
Well, I'm pretty good friends with Trevor, and you know Trevor.
Uh,
Trevor says stuff.
who's
He made a post
who's
about 3 days ago that
who's
said if
Trevor?
it goes up to 2,000, Trevor is the rock and roll guy with a lot of tattoos.
Okay.
Have you seen him? He's a hex guy. He was in Puerto Rico with me and things like that. He
Okay.
makes he's got big businesses.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Cool.
He made a post and it was saying something like, if Ethereum goes under 2,000, he'll sell his body. And I was like, what did you get for your body? Like to buy Ethereum under 2 grand? Because
Huh?
it's 18 something now.
Yeah. Why would he say something like that?
I don't know.
Um.
We're all still sucking on hopium. I think a lot of us.
Oh, okay. Got you. Got you. Yeah. No. Ethereum's not looking great. Support is down here at 1,800. Was going to go to definitely under 2K. There's no doubt about that. And we got tons of support, different, down here. I think we really just have problems with Ethereum if we break.
1,400 is where a lot of people got in at 9. They got in at 11. I know I got in at 9, 11, and 14 back into Ethereum. So it's got some support at different levels.
Yeah, it's got tons of support down here. I mean, maybe you break 900. You got to start thinking your life decisions. But right now, we seem to be catching some support here. I mean, we're definitely oversold. And let's go look at really quick. We can see what's going on Pulse Chain, where Pulse Chain is at 0.5098. So we're going down, 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 and are we breaking down even lower? This is about as low as I can go. Yeah, we're breaking down pretty bad. Now there was definitely some a lot of people that were already calling bottoms. I've seen there's always like some new people that show up, talking about Hex and Pulse Chain. I see some new people charting, and just nutty stuff out there, man. People have been saying nutty stuff, but I guess a lot of people are just capitalizing on other people's ignorance. I think we'll go a little lower. For sure, but you're still in that kind of range where you'd want to be buying down here than anywhere else. But we don't really know how low we can go at this point. You know what I mean? We're kind of in free fall, right? So, and free fall is not good, right? Like here is Hex is in free fall, and I talked about this when I think Fast Abdul was here, and we broke all my lines, and I said, look, we're in free fall. I can't chart. I can't really chart that much more. Because we just, I could say like, okay, fine. Maybe we could say fine. We got a little bit more to go.
How do you track volume though? I mean, like, so much of this is a lot of TA relies on the central oracles of the different exchanges, and then we have our different tools, CoinGecko and other dashboards that I guess you use. But like, how do you track volume, even though it's, we all pay attention to price, but the volume. So if the price goes low enough, 1/10 of sacrifice price, there's no one that could be possibly in profit unless they rolled their profitable hex position into being sacrificed. That's the only ones I think that have any level of profitability. But like, where do you look at volume to say, yeah, the price is low, but like, hardly anybody is selling because they just don't think it's worth it to sell, or they have a belief factor. Like, where do you look at volume?
Well, you've definitely got some markers here that can tell you transactions, volume, makers, but you've also got this volume scale at the bottom that gives me some information, and you can see these big moves happen when volume's about dead. So volume is dying out, but you have to take that with confluence with a lot of different things to understand, are you close to a bottom, or is this an accumulation zone, or is it just in free fall? All these assets are in free fall right now, and there's really no way. I can also look at the candles and tell you like a bit about how much activity is going on, versus, and also you can also see, is it manipulated? Is it just a few people doing it all? Because a few people behave the same. It's very hard for a few people to make you, if you know what you're looking at when you look at candles, right? You need enough like people interacting with it to like okay, there's activity and it's different people. It's not the same people. But everybody leaves a fingerprint. You know what I mean? It's really easy to see on altcoins, especially. Yo, what's up, Tam Tam? How are you? Tam Tam's lurking in the chat. Let's go look at We're at 63. It looks like we're kind of stopping. I did want to see the RSI over here on the weekly. We came all the way down to 26. Guys, I want to show you something. So RSI we hit October of 2018, 29. We hit 26 on October or May of 2022, and we just hit a 26 on the weekly. Okay, let's go back really quick and see what the price was when the RSI did this in the past. Okay, so let's start here with December 2018. Where are we at? December 2018. Okay, here we go. Now, December 2018, what would have happened if you bought? This is December 2018. The RSI had come down to, what did we say? Was it 29? Yeah, 26. And the price was 3,100. Okay, would you say that was a good buy? Was that a good time to buy, possibly? December of 2018? Fuck yeah, it was a good time to buy.
What was the price you said?
At 3,100. And you can see what happened right before it. Same thing. Looks like a flash crash, a waterfall event, a complete capitulation happened right before that. Very similar looking to what we have now. Price came down, it hit 3,115. If you had bought there, it was up only from there. It was up only from there. The price went on to then hit 14,000. So that would have been, what's that, almost a 5x, okay? And you know what's funny? That was the bottom of the bear market. That when that RSI hit that low.
So just to understand better what you're putting in, is that, I don't understand, is that a log chart or not?
This is a linear chart.
So on the linear chart, you see such a run up before that. I don't know how many months or if that's years before, but that vertical basically.
That's the top of your bull run.
Kind of replay on this cycle. Have we seen something that dramatic? I know we went from 3,500 in 2018 to 126,000 or whatever it's been. That's a short window of time as far as your waterfall, isn't it?
Yeah. So here you got a 25 on June of 2022. The RSI hit a 25. Okay, let's see what the price was there and what was going on. Okay, August of 2022, right? August, June, July. Okay, let's see, June of 22. This is a weekly chart. Okay, what was going on here? June of 2022. June of 2022. Well, would you look? Where was that? Is that here? September. Okay. Okay. June of 2022. Price hit 17,544. Okay. 17,000. Now, it did go on to make a lower low, but all things considered, that would have been a good place to buy. And wouldn't you know, that happened after a similar cascade waterfall event. Okay. Now, price went on to go from 17,500 to 15,300. But still, I think that would have been an okay place to buy your Bitcoin, okay? I think you would have done just fine buying right there. That was your buy level. It went under it a little bit, but since then, if you had held that Bitcoin, you did really well. That $17,000 Bitcoin went on to become worth $126,000, okay? Now, the third time the RSI has come down this low, okay? The first one I said was 28. This one is 25. And this today, we hit 26. February the 5th, right? February the 5th. Let's go look. What happened right before that? Well, you had a very similar, almost cascading waterfall event. Is it over? I don't know. But isn't it funny how the first one we showed, the price only went up after there? And it's funny how my kind of intuitive sketch was showing that maybe we chop but make higher lows. Okay, this is just a theory. I'm just speculating. Maybe this happens, maybe it doesn't, right? But that would be interesting because it's exactly what happened in 2018. Exactly, okay? We came out of the high. We had a crash. The RSI hit, I think, 28, and then it went on to make higher lows for the rest of the bear market and then moved up from there, which absolutely could happen. Now, if it does something like in 2022, that would mean that we chop in this range and then maybe we hit one last low and then we go, right? Which could be a little bit more of a typical bear market, right? But still, maybe the purchasing here wouldn't be that bad. So in terms of Bitcoin, we could be close to a bottom. Only, if I'm just using the RSI as a strong metric and the fact that maybe this is a strong capitulation here. We have some other things we can look at too. There's, I want to show you guys this. Not this little kid. What the fuck's this? If we come over here, is this it? Oh, no, we're going to turn this on here. All right. What's another interesting? This is interesting. The pi cycle top, which I think I mentioned this many times, that I'm not convinced a lot of the old indicators are going to work. And you can see that the pi cycle top was very reliable before institutions came, when it was just very emotional and a very sharp moves to the upside, very impulsive behavior in the price action. All right, very impulsive price action followed by very frightened price action, right? So a lot of people in crypto got reliant on these kind of things, but that's just not how institutions work. They use distribution ranges, and you can see how we did get across here, but we didn't get a very sharp. Let me hang on. You guys can't see that. There you go.
You move me all.
Yeah, actually, let me just put you at the bottom. Can we switch it down there? Switch it down a little. Okay. You can see the chart started changing, the shape, and something Gary was just referring to just a couple minutes ago too, about how he was noticing how the peaks looked very different than what we have now, and that's absolutely right. And you can see the distribution we got now, completely different. You know, they distributed really the euphoria over a long period of time in high ranges, and the pi cycle top never crossed. So, you know, is it possible that we're going to go up again very soon and make another high? I suppose it's possible. But my theory still was that a lot of these old channels and KOLs are just irrelevant. A lot of their theories are irrelevant. A lot of these charts and these kind of like fantasy rainbow charts and graphs, they're irrelevant. They've never been relevant. I remember telling one of my friends about the rainbow chart. He's a hedge fund, and he just like laughed. He's like, it's a brand new asset. You have no history on it. Why are you like, you can't chart these things like that? Like, he thought it was just hilarious. And it's true. You can't. And now you're starting to see the fallacy of a lot of people's ideas and thinking, you know. And you also saw it with Hex too, where people are like, it's mathematically going to go here. It's like you don't have 100 years of history on this asset. You have no idea what it could go to zero tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like that's just the nature of things, right? You've got to be a little more ruthless with how you look at these charts. The original rainbow chart. This is the old one. Okay, well, you know, if we were to look at this one, and this is a very famous chart too, this is a rainbow chart, right? We can see where the asset was what's called max bubble, orange is FOMO, green is accumulate, and blue is fire sale. And it's crazy how when you look at this, does it have to do that? Is there a way to turn
But you know that they added another band of color on the bottom.
Yeah,
you know that it went for several years with
probably
blue being the absolute fire sale. It would never cross, and then when it crossed, they're like, we need to add purple.
Oh, that's a new range they added. Okay.
Yeah.
You can see in
On the
2021 we only hit is this a bubble? Okay. Now we only hit accumulate range. All right. And now we're breaking Bitcoin is dead. We're already in Bitcoin debt. So, you know, these kind of things are they're just laughable. You know, you can't chart something like this. Though, who knows, maybe it'll catch back up into it. But the point being that they're more for fun. It's something you may look back and see 50 years of the asset and then see, okay, there's some correlation. But in the time, you really can't trade it. It's not very usable to understand where it's going or where it's been, right? What's up, Paul Shane Military Belief? Good to see you, man. Tam, what's happening? Gary said we were going lower. Bitcoin monthly. Everybody hit the like button.
80%. Again, I don't know if you believe in the 80% down theory between a lot of cryptos. I know that Richard used to say and others used to say 80% for Bitcoin, but 90% for Ethereum or 95% for shitcoins or whatever it might be. You know, it's just narrative that's out there for years.
That's technically correct. But you had a high before the halving. This cycle is different. It's not doesn't have to repeat what we've done before. You're already at 50%, and that's why I had this target, and I told you guys we're going to come in here, and I've drawn some of these sketches. This is a sketch I didn't draw today. It's been on my chart, and so you guys can see that I'm anticipating something different to happen. You know, it's possible we could chop in this range, but it's also possible we go down another 30%. You know, to make that 80% drop. It's fine if that happens. Like it's in the cards. It could. All right. But is it likely? I don't know. I guess if enough FUD hits the crypto market, sure. Absolutely. Right. That would bring it into this purple box down here that I have. Okay. This is when the ETF was announced by BlackRock. Okay, so it would come back to retest that, which is psychologically makes a lot of sense. So it would retest kind of around here, $35,000 range, where BlackRock announced, the ETF. I don't know.
It's 25% on the week. It's 35% on the week for Ethereum. It's 30% on BNB. Those are kind of the big players. XRP, nobody really pays attention to other than the guys that held 8 years.
ETH is down 62%, an 80% drop on 85% drop on ETH would take it to my last purple line at $710. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? So right down here, right where ETH broke out into this impulsive move. And by the way, I just eyeballed that last purple line, but my lines always line up with something. And you can see this breakout of this impulsive move, this vector candle here, the start of it, $710. So that's where ETH could go. And it's absolutely in the cards. I mean, it could go all the way down to, I think I have 350 is like my last target down here. I didn't draw it because I don't want to freak you guys out, but it's in the cards.
You had a theory about like the whales that were distributing Bitcoin and basically exiting out. And you saw over the past 6 months or year, 25,000, 50,000 Bitcoin being, sold pretty dramatically. From OGs that had, not moved in 14 years or 13 years. How much of that do you think that is a real person making a conscious decision and saying, I need to take my $1 billion now, even though I never really sold for 14 years, all these other events? How much do you think is actually human versus old wallets that just were never updated and are somewhat vulnerable by comparison to today's wallets?
Yeah, I've thought
about
that.
Real people?
I've thought about that, and I don't know the answer to that, but I absolutely think it's possible that some of them are just wallets by just laying around. That maybe
because they were getting a pretty good multiple within days if they were the initial treasury on some of these DATs, some of these Bitcoin treasury, or even like Michael Saylor started to offer 10% APR on basically taking leverage, a credit system against Bitcoin. You saw Tom Lee and all these others, having their own treasury basically and playing that multiple and that narrative out on crypto Twitter and other channels. Didn't really see euphoria. You just saw those two big players, the Tom Lee being basically the Ethereum version of Saylor advocate. But you saw Bitcoin whales or even big influencers very quickly being able to convert their, religious token that they've held for 14 years into a 4x or a 5x multiple, and be able to basically go in as a treasury, see the stock price go up on, like the Ethereum one. And when the stock price went up, then they were able to sell their stock and buy back their original amount of Ethereum or the original amount of Bitcoin and still have a 4x in stock price and paper price. A lot of that was happening. A lot of the big influencers were doing that. Scott Melker and others made commentaries about it too.
Oh, interesting. What's up, boys? What's up, Hammers John? Yo, Daniel Tran, what's up, man? Yeah, the monthly? Cool, man. Let's look at that. Sure, we can look at that too. Yeah, back here was at 40, okay? We are at 41. Okay, I think the low could be I think it's close. Okay. When I look at this, it does look to me like this could go a little bit lower on the monthly. To be totally honest, just once again, just out of like experience, I don't necessarily have a big like rhyme or reason, but you also see the 2 month is just crossing just now, so it could be a matter of the monthlies goes lower while we just go sideways. Because the weekly's pretty down. Yeah, I think we could be close, man. I'm going to be curious. If my theories get smashed, then they get smashed, right? Like, it happens, right? I'm making some bold calls here. But so far, my call has been right. I was like, look, we're coming into this box. Once I realized, I said on stream, I was like, look, too much time is gone. We're not making that rally to any of these highs. I'm like, because once you go too far, that's it. There's too much now. Sentiment is crushed, okay? And there's already bullish news. So I'm like, all right, you're not getting new sentiment here, so we're coming down. I drew this box for you guys, and I said the old high from 2021, which was 64 and change, up to 73, which was the first high here, and I put the box here, okay? And I said we're coming in here. We've come exactly fucking exactly into that box. Okay, I mean, we wicked out of it a little bit, but I don't know how many people were calling this range as clear as I was. I've been calling it in multiple streams, and so I think our bear market, it's possible it could be in this range, or very much around it, without getting the lows. Even we may eventually nick this was it the 200 coming up there. Wait, which one's that? It's a 50 in the. Hang on a sec. Wait, what did I leave up there? Before, yeah, the 200. Okay, yeah, the 200. So we may come down and nick that 200, and that should be around 60K pretty soon. But I don't know if we go below it. I think people will wait for it to go below it, and I think maybe the market makers won't allow it to happen unless we get that much FUD.
More than a year ago, a lot of the bigger players, even inside our chain, would say 60K. That basically it was announced, private chats and things like that, whales, like all the speculation of who pushes the market, blah, blah, blah. But I've been hearing 60,000 for more than a year.
Oh, far out. Interesting. Yeah, so we may be around the low. Like it may be in or close to it, right? Obliterate the like button, everybody. All right, this is a Dixie. Dixie's bullish. There's just no doubt about it. Right now, it looks bullish, okay? Let's go see USDT dominance. USDT. Oh, my God. It followed our up arrow. Look at that. It took that route, man. And once again, this is something we talked about. We're like, obviously, we wanted it to break down, but look at that. We have this arrow. Just that's the way it was going. Maybe I shouldn't have drawn that arrow. I don't know. Maybe I manifested it, but that's the way it's going down. And we're bullish, man. We're bullish in stables. We're bullish on the Dixie. It is what it is. Okay. And let's see really quick. Man, equity's still doing all right. Like nothing's broken on equities. Everybody's still going up generally. So good for them. If you're playing with a lot of this stuff. That's Tesla. Was on the week. Let's go to the weekly. Oh. And we got a different story. Yeah, we got a breakdown here. We should get a rally up and retest on some of these. So we'll wait for that. But yeah, man. Oh, these are breaking down. Let's look at the SPX really quick. Can we get a break here? What the fuck? Does it look like a disaster right now? What is going on? Oh, okay, because we were riding up it and we broke down underneath. This is this trend line I had. So we're going to come down. Yeah, this is breaking as well there on the SPX. Let's see let's look at the DJT really quick. NVIDIA. Okay. Ooh, that doesn't look good at all. NVIDIA. Let me get to DJT. We'll get Monster really quick too. Damn, so weird. Things fucking ripping. Crazy. Yo, the only channel talking sense and realism. I appreciate it, bros. You can count a wolf to say what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Respect. Yo, what's up, man? Thanks so much. Appreciate that. Everybody smash the like button. Repost the stream if you can. We have to combat all the nuttiness out there. Ooh, fuck. Yep. That's not good. Yeah. MSTR. Right through the trend line. Fucking crazy. Damn. Where's my XRP, baby? Where you at? Look at the right, almost to my target. Look at that. My target was about $1, which is right here. We hit $1.13, $1.17, $1.13. So very close. And once again, my theory was same here. We come down to this and we start ranging, and the low ends up being around that dollar area, okay, on XRP. And that's why I drew it like this, very similar to Bitcoin. And then you have some other little crashes into that range, close to $1. But you never come down and really base at like under $1 very long. And you can see if I go to let's go to the weekly RSI on XRP. There you go, man. Look at the weekly. the lowest you've ever been is a 28. You're at a 28 right now. Okay, so the lows could be in. Yeah, this is interesting. Okay, and once again, XRP may not be where all the gains are, but it's certainly, it's going to run, and it's going to be a ripper. So you're not speculating as hard. My price targets on XRP are up here, man, between 21 and $26 right now. I'll revise 21 to $25, and I'll go back and revise those to double check that. But that's pretty serious gains right there, right? Without taking as much risk as out here in Pulse Chain, we're deeper down the risk curve, right? Without a doubt. But we're expecting more excess for that risk as well, right? So, but XRP is looking good for the next bull run, no doubt about it. All right, so let's go look at Solana. What's Solana?
When is the next bull run? What when you say that, what does that mean?
Yeah, I think it's going to come early. I'm kind of speculating on this. It's just a theory, but we have problems with 2026. I think it is going to be the year of the horse, and it's going to kick BTC's teeth in. It's like its enemy year or something in the numerological sense. All right.
Well, what color's your brigade?
Do you believe?
Oh, fuck off then.
Do you believe in the 10-month after all-time high kinds of narratives about like reversals, and where do you think of it as reversals?
Yeah, I want to say that we get a surprise reversal in the summer, but it's so tough to say. That's not enough pain for BTC. What if BTC stays wrecked, but Ethereum goes on a ripper, or alts go on a ripper without BTC? What if that's the next big surprise, right? We have to think about how offsides can they get us? How much can they fuck with us? At this point, we had high before the halving. Everybody's, and I've said this before. I said everyone's waiting for BTC to go to ETH and ETH to alts. I'm like, what if they don't do that anymore? Maybe this time in the summer, ETH starts taking off and BTC just languishes. I don't know. Who knows? That could be crazy, right? And then
I'm telling you, it's going to be. They're gonna actually introduce us to the aliens. They're gonna have a White House briefing. Mr. Alien with a big head and little mouth and big black eyes is going to say, "We've been here all along."
It could happen. It could happen soon. I thought the alien thing would come a little later. Maybe that would be the top in 2029 or 2028. But it could come. It could come sooner. Who knows? After this Epstein stuff, maybe we need the aliens.
But if they're benevolent, if they're happy-go-lucky, the market won't tank far enough. So there needs to be some fear factor in there. There needs to be some, we're hungry.
The aliens are going to be pro-Israel. That's all
your water to our planet.
That's for sure. So Solana breaking down pretty hard. You got about the $80 range. Okay. Now the Solana narrative is that we were going to $1 gazillion. And these were the same, probably the business cycle people. Raul Paul is probably still, trying to convince you guys whatever the fuck bullshit.
I've been hearing Solana $800 for a long time.
Yeah, it will go there. It will go there, but no, this was a distribution. This was done, very head and shoulders, very, not good. I'm kind of drawing these, speculating this shorter bear market, but, there's no proof of that yet. We have to also assume that it's just going to be a typical bear market. Maybe we don't go as low as people think. That's very possible, but we are breaking down on these pretty hard. Okay, 2 months.
You were saying something about you thought that how do you get the whales out? If they've been distributing their Bitcoin for a while or their Ethereum for a while,
yeah,
and then they're expecting to get in at lows, and they're waiting for the lows.
Yeah.
Whether it's a time thing or a price mark or.
Yeah, so this is something interesting. We talked about it last couple of streams, and I think I talked about it with Crypto Factor and why my theory about the shorter bear market. So my theory was that BlackRock wants the Bitcoin. Okay, they want it all, of course. With any asset, I don't know, it's silver, gold, this, that, whatever, right? They want it, right? No doubt about it. Well, how are they going to get it? Well, they got to get you to sell it. That's it, right? So they gave a nice juicy price, very attractive up here. A lot of old wallets were selling. Okay. But a lot of old wallets also sell and then tend to buy back lower after you get a drawdown. Now, what makes a drawdown and what keeps you from buying a drawdown? Well, usually it's negative news about a company. So Tesla will draw down and then they'll say there's problems in manufacturing and in cars, and Tesla is behind, and China is now going to come ahead with their new car or whatever. So even though the price of Tesla stock comes down, you just don't buy it because there's enough FUD. You told yourself in the bull market, man, if I could get a deal on a Tesla, I'd buy it. But when the price actually comes to that price you were going to buy it at, the news is telling you something negative. So you're like, well, I don't know if I buy it. And that's the same thing that happens with Bitcoin. You tell yourself that, man, if I could only get Bitcoin for 30K, if I could only get it for 60K or 15K, or whatever it is in your head, I would buy it. And then price gets there and you don't buy because there's enough negative sentiment keeping you from doing that. And then it reverses. So that's a situation that keeps plebs from buying or people that are new. But what about these hardened people that have been in this cycle since 2014 or 2008? And they've watched the price go up and down. Are they going to be flooded out? No. So when the price goes down, they don't go, oh, I don't know if I'm going to buy now because of this FUD. They just automatically buy when the price gets to the 200 moving day average or whatever it is, right? They start DCing back in, all right? So there's very little FUD that they could produce to keep those people from buying. And those are those old big whales. And they want to try to shake those people. So maybe another way to do it one could be an alien attack or something really bad, right? Obviously, there could be a EMP pulse that puts. I mean, who knows?
It could be a tactical nuke Independence Day moment. I'm telling you, the White House will explode.
Yeah, exactly.
The president will give a very motivational speech.
That might get him to
his wife will get shot down in a helicopter and have to basically, hike to civilization.
Yeah, so those could do it, or they just don't let it go down to the levels that they know the whales are waiting to buy at. So maybe the 50 is the biggest drawdown. And the smart whales, maybe they pick some up, but other ones are still waiting for 60% or 70% or 80% drawdown, and they miss out. Or maybe they're just waiting for it to get the 200-day moving average, okay, which is around 60K. And it never gets there. So the lowest is 63 or 60, whatever it got to, right? It's 63. Maybe it never gets to 60, and that's where the buy orders are starting, right? So you get what I'm saying. So that's why I'm theorizing, and that's some of my thinking behind it. Now, is it going to play out? I don't know. This is just me kind of doing game theory. I'm thinking 5D chess. What would I be thinking if I was BlackRock? What are some strategies I might deploy to try to win this game and get more coins, right? So that's some ways to think about it. And it certainly looks like
I think how they did. They captured the president of Venezuela. There were some theories or some commentary from people, real or not, that some previously unknown technology made like everybody shut down, like human beings shut down for some amount of time. Like it was probably a FUD event, but it might have been a real thing. Who knows?
So this is.
What do you think about, like, if we have a tech, whether it's AI and we blame it on AI, or it's some kind of NSA political move to basically shut the internet down? So Cloudflare has had some out.
Absolutely.
They control like 50% of the internet.
Absolutely.
Like they control, yeah. So if you shut down the internet the first day, X is down. You can't pay your bank account. You go about your day. You think it'll be back up when you come back home. It's not there. Like the things that create fear is like the unknowing of, like, we don't know how long it's going to be out there. You have to go back to look for television. And then you're like, I don't have fucking television. I've only got cable, and that runs from the internet and VoIP anyway. So like the FUD event that would be like another COVID kind of event, like the world's going to die from a flu, could be the internet doesn't. We don't have the internet anymore. Solar flare, alien, AI, Russia,
absolutely.
Whatever you want to blame it on. But basically just the fact that you do not know will freak people out, man.
Definitely. That'd be freaky as fuck.
Maybe there's some kind of new form of like NFT one day.
I tell you what, I think I'm gonna do.
It'll be fun to see what it is.
I think I'm gonna hold my ETH on Solana.
Why?
I don't know. It's just so it's so user friendly, dude. Like,
I know what you mean.
So,
I know what you mean.
Because I was thinking, like, when I said, like, I might just take my dust off post chain the other day and like set up a 10x short or whatever, just for funsies.
Yeah.
What happens when they freeze Solana?
Did you do that? You should have.
No, I should have done it. I can't even be bothered to like get my Trezor out to deal with post chain anymore. That's how bad it is.
What happens when they freeze Solana on your?
But my point is though, is I was thinking of taking the short, like going through the Liberty swap, taking it onto a Phantom wallet, and just playing around on there. Like I don't even, because they just have so many tools on Solana. Even if you want to hold Ethereum of it.
Is that useful?
The AI can't do hold. The AI don't have patience. They just machine. So how you win the machine? My idea is buy some good stuff, leave it, forget it, and enjoy your life, doing something out here and there, and wait for the market, the digital revolution. When they win, then you are in there already. You make money. That's my strategy.
What?
Nothing we can do, guys. Nothing. The market is like this. Like I know they controlled by some people, bad people, like we know them. If you don't believe, you witness. You know my logic. They're not our friend. Half year ago, I said ETF when they approved, people happy, collapse. They are over together, buy BTC. Why they buy BTC? They control the market. Just control the leader, one leader. We know BTC is already proved is good stuff. They can give you hope. But when they kidnap BTC, and they manipulate this way. So what we can do? So we need more BTC, more people. We need to stand together, unite together. Otherwise, market they doing like this. Everyone build their utility stuff. Last night they said we can't. They like to see this. You guys is here building millions project is nothing. We need real, like Andy said before, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, real BTC kind of stuff. Makes a change, makes a digital revolution, and the cryptocurrency trade like money, currency, utility. I don't believe it. Nothing can attract people, real people, buy your utility in the crypto or blockchain. Only the transparency, democracy, safety, and the paying between you and me. Be paying between the around this planet or later in the whatever the Mars or Moon. If you can live in there, the AI can live in there. The robot can up to the Mars or Moon, whatever he said. Someone said.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Personally. But also, I think the second thing is it may be, and I know this is sort of hard to believe, but we may still be in a bull market. We still may, right? So we'll know in a couple of weeks or months.
Dude, look at my box, bro.
Do we
Perfect.
quickly reverse off this?
Perfect.
Right? We were at 96,700.
Nobody does it better. Look at that.
Hey, Fred, where would those buyers come from, though, today?
Look at that candle right.
Where would those buyers come from today?
God damn.
Well, you keep on saying that
Amazing.
the buyers are
perfect.
The buyers are always there, Grant, right? So that, look, buyers follow price. So if price goes up, buyers are going to come back, right? So, I don't think that the asset is permanent. Everybody who thinks that the asset is permanently impaired have always been proven wrong, right? They always have. Because I think there's an enormous market.
But I guess what I'm looking for is what demographic would be a buyer today?
Definitely not retail, Grant, and I'm with you there because retail can't afford volatility at the moment.
Let's say retail. Okay, so I would here's the way I would look at the world, right? I would say you've got the pure crypto buyers, the people who bought in pre-ETF, right? The people who bought on Coinbase or on Binance, right? And I think they're mainly tapped out. Those guys are not, they're not in great shape, right? So they don't have a lot of firepower, right? I really don't think they do. I think if you look at the rest of the complex, which is all the stock market investors, all the bond market investors, the entire rest of TradFi, it's enormous and it has no exposure right now, right? So that's where I expect the buyers to come from. I think, where is it going to come from? It's going to come from the same place that took $37 billion of ETFs flows into IBIT last year. Okay, that's where it's going to come from. Is that over? I don't think so. I think we're going to see more. That's an infinite, it's almost an infinite amount of buying that could happen because we have, $150 trillion of cash worldwide, M3. We have $150 trillion worth of bonds in the world. That's $300 trillion in TradFi. Growing at 10%, growing at 7% a year. So we're talking $1 quadrillion worth of paper
Mo,
that's
what's
going to
up,
be in
bro?
the system in 20 years. It's just enormous, right? So there's
Yo, Mo from BTCC's in the chat lurking. What's up, Mo? How you doing, man? What do you think? Mo, if you're there, you think we bottomed? Yo, Alpha Hover, thanks so much for the repost, brother. Really appreciate it. MSCR had earnings today, and it's dropping after hours. We're in for more pain, guys. Yeah. I mean, we could certainly weaken some more. I mean, the RSI is crushed, man. It's pretty down there. I mean, look historically, if you bought down here, it's generally good. So maybe we're not going to go as low as people think. Also, you don't know what
to 68 and then drops to 55.
Yeah, you think we're going to do something like that? Could. 55? Is that the number people are liking?
We need 5.5, 5.55.
St. Wolf, my brothers and Gary, what's up, player? How you doing? Yo, what's up, Super Snake? We going to see infinite buying? We'll know soon. What's up, Lunacy Point? What's up, Giga Gaming MT? Giga Gaming TV? What's happening? You guys want to hear? I was curious what Benjamin Cohen was going to say.
February and Bitcoin, this counter right here is about.
I got to jump back in later. I got a meeting, but I'll come back.
You got it, brother. Good seeing you, Gary. Stop back anytime. All right. Peace. All right, chat. Smash it.
So look at this, because now when you go to the chart and we just look at, see how far down Bitcoin is, it's now down about 50%. So we do have now a 50% drop in the price of Bitcoin. This is what makes trying to time these, these counter term rallies so difficult and why it's so dangerous. That's just because no one knows, right? Like no one knows where they are. All we can really do, and by the way, if you're just joining, make sure you subscribe, because until the bull market support band or I really know is not October, guess again, then I would probably guess May. Right, so I think those are the two most likely months, May or October. So, like a 75% chance.
Those guys are gonna kill me. Gonna drive me crazy. Let's see. Oh, Bloodbath. Oh, that's us. What's up, man? Crypto Grant Cardone. Let's just. Oh, what's going on, James Wynn? What's this? Let's see what's going on over here. What are you talking about? Are they talking? What's going on? I don't hear shit. What's up, guys? What's up, Bullman Post? How are you? Faru Tulane says, I called 53K last year, but the electric cost to mine BTC is around 58. I think it's a little higher than 58, but it could be around there to higher. So depending on how much FUD we get, right? It could definitely go lower. If it goes under that mining cost, which I thought was around the high 60s, but maybe you could be right. Maybe it is the high 50s. Might just chop in that box. Wolf, yes. We are around the mining cost, so that is also something to consider, right? I don't know why we're not getting sound there. I wanted to type in crypto. Let's see what the latest posts are here. And where's my music? It always ends on me. What's going on? What the fuck is this? No. That's going to remind me of her. That's a little much right now. Fuck, dude. Oh, what's this one? All right. Bong. My money was losing 7% a year due to inflation, so I decided to invest into crypto. All right. Okay. Funny, nobody talking about how Bitcoin dominance falling. I thought all those experts about alt season from a few months ago loved this indicator. Unironically will show up when people least expect it. Yeah, that's true. Let's go look at BTC dominance.
Check our cryptocurrency. We're going to see how our crypto holdings are doing. XRP and Bitcoin and
Fucker!
Wow. Gainsey says the worst crypto's been since 2017. Is that true? Dr. Prophet saying the great financial crisis is right in front of us. Everything I warned about in September last year is happening right now. The great financial system is being replaced with the fifth industrial revolution. Adapt or stay poor. All right. Okay, so this is what I just talked about, the narratives at the bottom that show up that keep you from buying, right? So MM Crypto writes, in 2011, it was a Mt. Gox hack, so you didn't buy. 2015, mining centralization, Silk Road. Okay. 2018, ICO bust, China FUD. In 2022 was FTX collapse. I remember it because that's where I bought right after FTX collapse. I said, this is the bottom, but that's what scares you. So same thing, 2026, it could be Epstein being Satoshi, all that stuff we heard about them being, part of the team or whatever the fucking bullshit, or quantum this or quantum that, right? So the bottom will come in wherever that's going to be, and it'll be strong enough to keep people from wanting to pick it up, right? Yo, what's up, Gary? How you doing? That was quick. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I just had my family was doing something else, so I said, tell me when they're finished and we'll stop the stream. So I got some more time. Oh, there, I'm on here twice. Oh, it was. I'm good. So was this Donald Trump's money? Is this his cash, crypto?
Yeah, this was our promise. Let's see. Lark Davis says,
hey, man, he made it back. Trump and Melania did great grift.
They did good, man. That was the top. I think that was the top. So this is comparing equities to crypto. You can see crypto's all red. Equities are actually, they're holding above. They are. Some of the stuff is breaking down, as we saw, but generally they're still doing okay. But usually crypto front runs equities. So he should know this. Lark has been in crypto a long time. These people are, they're just, I don't understand these people. He knows that, as far as I remember, crypto usually front runs equities, right? So equities are probably coming next. Bitcoin is outperforming gold and silver. What?
What? What?
Because the metals drop more, whatever.
Well, if you bought in 2018, if you bought gold or silver in 2018 and Bitcoin in 2018, yeah, Bitcoin's still up.
Crypto, when 72K breaks, going to get ugly. Who's the one who told you guys? Who's the one who told you guys? And I know you guys hate me for this. When I put this box here and I said we're going to interact with this box, I said we're coming down into that range. I told you guys on stream. That's why I've had this box here. Go back the last few live streams, and you guys can see. I put this box there. I never want to piss you guys off, but I just always want to bring you guys the truth, okay? Like, look, we're going in this box. Well, it looks like it's all unfolding. I should be posting some of this stuff more on X, but I actually get tired and I forget to post everywhere. But I can post it posthumously, from the live stream with the date that I did it. Okay, so this is all these Binance rumors too, right? So there could be different things that are going to keep people from buying, right? We know, obviously, I already saw the USDT FUD showing up again. You guys saw that too, right? Probably. Somebody posted about Pulse Chain. It's good. 1,000 days of Pulse Chain. Flawless operation. Honestly, do you really care if you lost all your money if the product works? I didn't come here to make money. I just care that the tech works. That's all that matters. Important crypto crash news coming. What's this? Whale insiders. Don't ever click on that shit. Breaker. BlackRock just starting accumulating crypto ahead of Fed urgent meeting. They're buying millions of BTC and ETH every minute. What do they know? Now, is this true? We can check it out. Somebody, some of you blockchain people. But I'm already telling you, based on my TMI understanding, I've already drawn something that gives me higher lows. That's my base case is this one, okay? And you guys, it's recorded live. I drew this the other night live. And I'm sticking to it. Maybe they are going to create a bottom, and this is it. And we don't get down even to the 200. It's very possible. All right, because the RSI is giving me indication. I think about strategy and chess moves, and this is what I would do. I wouldn't allow the second one to happen. I wouldn't allow this one to happen, okay? Which is more typical, maybe what people are expecting, right? Come down and range somewhere, like Ben Cohen or whatever is suggesting. So this is interesting. Fed will make an urgent announcement at 6. No, they're not going to do that. Really? That's bullshit. They didn't do shit. But maybe they are accumulating. Who knows, right? That's an old tweet. It's the most powerful chart in crypto history. Oh, Bitcoin Gold. Yeah, that's true. We could have looked at. There's a lot of things we can look at. Bitcoin Gold. Yeah, and also I want
the accounts that are saying that there's a Fed thing are only like 30,000. I haven't seen if that's real or not.
Bullshit. Yeah, fucking weird ass shit. Oh, they were getting people to. Okay, this is a great example to show you the fuckery, right? So I don't know who these accounts are. I don't follow it. I just typed in crypto. So these are random accounts that are popping up, right? So they get paid to post this shit. BlackRock just started accumulating crypto ahead of Fed urgent meeting. That was yesterday to keep you from selling, to keep you longing, right? The market when it was about to dump. That's why I don't really follow the news. I'm just looking at this for sentiment, by the way. I'm not going through this for alpha. I'm looking at sentiment.
Conservative. You always, again, I always have one or two guys saying that, but Ivan, what about when you said this and that? Listen, when it's sun, we have sunglasses. I keep repeating it. When it's rain, we have umbrellas. Since October, it's rain. It's rain. In a bull market, we're bullish. That's the definition. In a bear market, we're bearish. How else you want? You want us to be vice versa? Since October, risk off. No altcoins. Conservative. You all.
What's he going on about? All right. We don't really have anything fresh. Let's see what's going on fresh really quick. What's NJW? What are you talking about? You and Fast Abdul have similar intentions. This is Gary. This isn't Fast Abdul. And what intentions are you talking? I don't even know what he's talking about. You got to give me context. The bottom is in 63K.
Rock says the Fed Reserve thing is bullshit. It's not real.
The Fed Reserve? Oh, that they're going to have a meeting? Yeah.
Yeah.
Crypto Bo's cooking dinner tonight. Oof. I don't want to get into the Epstein stuff. I'll do another Epstein video again soon.
There are many other secret societies, many other islands, and many other places where these people convene. And that's where conversations are happening, which completely subvert the will of democracy and subvert the will of the electorate. Epstein is only the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, he's right. He is right. He is the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah. If we know about it, it's got to be just the front. It's not the real.
Okay, cool. Trayvon posted it. Some of you guys have heard me talk about Bitcoin has never dropped below its electrical cost. And if price came close to it, it signaled a bottom. Well, here's that chart. Electrical cost is 58K. So it wasn't, somebody had mentioned 58K. So not the cost of mine. I think that's a little more. But the electrical cost is 58K. Just that. So that's an interesting thing. So we're almost there. Electrical cost right now is 58. Not far.
But isn't that a lagging kind of thing? Because as it gets closer to the price, then miners shut off or they just don't run their electric costs. They don't want to run the bill. So they wait and then,
I don't know. I don't know how
I've heard that before about like it can't go below its electric cost. Yes, it can. Anything can go below the price of what it costs to make. There was a time where you buy a barrel of oil for negative money. Like you could buy barrels of oil.
No, exactly. So, I don't know, how to hold this. Plus this guy, Trayvon, I don't follow him. Do I? No, I don't follow him. I don't know this. Yeah. I'm not a big fan or anything.
He was a BitConnect guy. He was famous for BitConnect originally.
This guy, Pulse Beast, he's saying that the fate of Pulse Chain is going to follow the EHEX fate. Rothschilds were literally hunting and killing people. Probably.
Grant Cardone here. You might know I'm a real estate investor, and we add Bitcoin to our real estate holdings. Look, Bitcoin is going to drop from here, and you should not buy it yet. The price has dropped from its all-time high of 126 back in, what was that? Yeah, later last year to today. It breached 70 grand. 67,000, I think it got to today, maybe a little lower than that. Remember, the last time we were here was March of 2024, 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, full 2 years. Consider earlier than that, November 2021, it hit today's level, got cut in half from there, and took 2 years plus a little bit to recover. And then, very important to know, the following 12 months, it would hit its all-time high of 126,000 and return 100%.
All right. Okay. Okay, bro. Why? What are you doing?
What? Who put the nails in there?
No, he's kidding, right?
Got my head in there. Ugh.
No, he's joking, right?
Why is it stuck? Can't pull it out. Ugh. Why is that so big nail? I don't want to do that. Stupid nail gun.
What?
What nails? Got put 3 inches in there. This didn't hit my foot. So you see this right here? Can't get the beam together. Big nail in here, and a nail in there, and then you grab your hammer and hammer it in. Get solid. Watch this. Can't.
What?
AI, man, is like 50% of this.
Yeah, a lot of AI now. Billie Eilish into fucking disaster.
They said, and again, whether it's true or not, she said, all of this is stolen land, so you can't stop people from coming in when it's stolen land. But she has a $14 million house in LA, and now supposedly this belongs to a tribe, back before it was quote unquote stolen. And supposedly, because she said it in a public forum that she knows that she's on stolen land, that tribe now is suing her to get her get that land back, get that house back. I was like, that's got to be awesome. If it was for
Don't let the Bitcoin bear.
Not Teen Crypto no more.
Not what?
She used to be called Miss Teen Crypto. Now she's Randy.
Oh.
She changed her name.
Oh, this was the teen. Okay, because she's not a teen anymore, probably, right?
Yeah, she's like 22 now.
Okay.
23.
Randy Hipper. That's cool. Yeah, she's cool. She's always posting cool stuff.
She's positive.
The heck?
Yeah, we're in a simulation, dude. We think AI is new when we've been AI all along.
Yeah. Let's see. Axis Alive. Some people still follow the money. Stablecoin dominance index. Okay. After the fact again, and they got wrecked. Yeah, I got an inverse head and shoulders breaking up. He has some interesting looking charts. Predictive, Richard Hart. However much money you've lost, someone has lost more. Welcome to the game. It's still the best game in town. Like this, but the boats are on fire and stuff. What?
He's saying life is like this, but the boats are on fire. He's saying lost, but so was it when Pruvex had this massive sacrifice by some unknown $400 million buy-in?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that did it rotate back into Tornado Cash again after the sacrifice? And do you think Richard sits in cash, or you think he sits in ETH?
I don't know. But he is very smart. Like, he knew exactly when to do the sacrifice. He literally did the sacrifice when people didn't realize the cycle was over. You notice that? He knew where the top was. He knew the top was in, and we were about to crash, and he nailed it. Yeah, because he couldn't get the SAC money now. Like, he got people's last, whatever. It was really, really smart. Yeah, he's really smart.
Same with the Pulse Chain Pulse X. That was the top, that whole window.
Yeah. Yeah, he is smart. Hopefully, he's got a plan. But he's very smart. He knows how to get money out of people. That's for sure.
30 next week.
Okay, I don't know what this.
Who's that?
I don't know. They totally look like there could be check. There's more public executions over this. Thank you. Oh God, yeah, I've read some. This crazy stuff.
Can't believe any of it.
And on the Twitch side, Tam got her X account disabled. That's terrible. Also, Bitfinesse is tuning in, who got his X account hacked. So watch out, you guys. Watch out.
A lot of hackers,
Don't click
man.
link.
A lot of don't click anything. Bitfinesse was hacked. TamTam had some issues. Be really careful. I almost clicked on a link recently. It's fucking scary. It's crazy. Really,
What, direct
really
message or somewhere in Twitter or what?
Yeah, the person who hacked his account sent me messages to click on, follow some links and do some stuff. More stable coins in the mix, but still that's some sharp profit taking. Mike Novogratz seems to think 1 to 4 weeks to get clarity on the Clarity Act. Crypto is waiting. Yeah, there could be some really bullish things right around the corner. Birth, death.
Maybe Novogratz will get another tattoo.
Well, his thing was like Luna or something. Is that what
Yeah,
it
he
was?
got a Luna tattoo at the
That's
top.
right. Yeah. What a fucking... What a weirdo, man. Okay, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Civil War. Don't come at me, but here's why. So Tim Pool brought up a really good
I think there's going to be a mass collapse of like influencer business. I see, there's all these things that I'm very interested in and participating in to a degree, is all of the Claudebot, agentic AI, video content creating, TikTok reel creating stuff, right? And if you're selling a real, quote unquote, real product or a real service, that people still need in the next, years, that's all great. I think that, advertising still has its use, but you used to pay an quote unquote influencer, which was basically just a hot girl, to show her visit to your hotel or to your vacation spot or lotion or cream or whatever it is on TikTok shops and things like that. Now you can produce those for basically $1, 50 cents or less in AI tech and tools that are basically off the shelf, replaces the $50 or $500, influencer real person. I think the ones that can still hold on to their celebrity and still have celebrity, the Kanyes or the music person you follow or whatever it might be, there still will be influential, but their volume of what they post that's real will drop. It'll be 5% of quote unquote real content, and it'll be 95% AI generated, automated, marketed influence that still persists to some degree. But I think we are going to see, like I'm seeing a lot of accounting companies, a lot of stuff. Like you even see Amazon and Instagram and Twitter, even more dramatically than during COVID. When people were, instead of working in a central office and they were quote unquote letting people go so that they could find some other occupation during the COVID shutdown stuff, or they could work remotely from their home office or change their geography and be nomadic. I think we're going to see a bigger drop in that market of people that are right now employed. We saw the Washington Post let a lot of people go today. And I thought that was interesting also, just because it shows also that the left isn't as influential as they had been with the whole censorship narrative that was going on years before. And now, like I said earlier in our stream, I think that the play by the powers that be is not censorship to let a few voices that are vetted get the message out. Instead, it's let the millions or billions of people make enough noise to where you really don't see signal at all.
Yeah, that's absolutely what's happening. It's just tons of noise, right? Tons and tons of noise.
And even if you assign AI to try and sort out signal from noise,
basically pay down. They pay down their debt, so their liquidation currently is about. It's kind of confusing because AI is like, it's dynamic, blah blah blah. So they're at about 1558 extreme liquidation, 1830 to 1860.
You're talking about ETH.
Hey, drop a band in your own coin right now. I dare you. Drop a band in your own coin. Go on, let's talk in. Drop a band in your own coin right now.
Yo, I already did like 2 days ago, nigga.
Drop a band in your own coin right now.
Nigga.
Go on, drop
Yo,
a band.
Look at my coin. Look at the swag I got. Look at my coin, bro. I run the game.
Changing conversation.
Look at my coin. Yo, bro, look at my coin. I run the game, bro. You can
I
never
have
do what I did
ear
with the
aids
coin.
right now, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Like around, like, why doesn't anyone do this with gold? I guess it's because if you did it with gold, it would be like, or silver, it would be kind of like, buy my company, right? We're gonna take the share money and we're gonna buy a big like hoard of gold and silver.
Well,
would
it
just be
essentially
obvious,
that's what
right?
miners, that's what gold and silver miners essentially are. Just
Do
because they
do
don't.
have,
Yeah, because their stock is based on what they have in the ground that's unextracted.
Yeah, we're the most interesting stream happening right now. We're like not freaking out over here. We're pretty chill.
What's going on? We are doing the 2026 market prediction, and I'm going to be totally locking in with the energy and the vibes, and we're going to be using tarot cards to tell you what is going on.
Chat, what do you guys think? Should we listen to the tarot prediction?
We are doing the 20. Will go for 2026. Just off pure vibes alone, I'm getting a sense of energy that is turmoilous, but has a good energy by the end of it. I shuffled the deck 13 times and I chose the 26th card, the Empress reversed. Not a surprise, the Empress reversed in market context to blocked growth, artificial support, and misallocated capital. Growth is there, but it's not natural. God damn, that sounds like crypto. Green candles without volume, adoption, or earnings follow through. God damn. The Empress reverse does not scream collapse. It warns this is not a cycle to blindly compound. This is a cycle to select, rotate, and protect your capital. Let weak narratives die instead of reviving them. Wait for organic demand to return before scaling in risk. In general, it's saying that abundance does exist in crypto, but it's uneven, forced, and vulnerable to withdrawal. One of that means if there's going to be a run on exchanges, always keep your own money in your own wallet. Never put money on an exchange more than you're willing to lose, because if it blows up, disappears, just like FTX. This does coincide with my initial feeling that I had. I'm going to specifically ask the cards if this will be a good year or a bad year for alt season. I was shuffling the deck, this card just came out, and this card's going to be what it is. Ooh. The inverse Two of Pentacles. Capital cannot be juggled anymore. Liquidity stress appears, funds are overcommitted, participants...
All right, I can't handle it. Chat, let me know if you want to go back to that. Vitalik destroys Richard Hart, a short story. What is this?
He said something about not using. He said, "Be original. Stop making copies."
Do something that brings something actually new to the table. 2, vibes should match substance. The degree of connection to Ethereum in your public image should reflect the degree of connection to Ethereum that your thing has in reality. When did this happen?
Yesterday, I think.
Vitalik tweeted this to Richard Hart?
I don't know if it was a response. It might have been an original, like an original post.
Oh, okay.
Because he basically was, nuked the L2s, and Richard gloated a little bit about like, didn't I tell you, when he was cry-fagging, quote unquote, cry-fagging to Vitalik on ETH, that Richard had said something like, stop giving away at a discount to L2s the price of ETH because they're just marking it up and they're reselling it to their L2 audience.
Most L2s have performed better
like
than...
Richard had said that in tweets about Ethereum. And then supposedly, like, this person chopped out and kind of thinks that it might be responding to Richard from Vitalik.
It could be. I mean, look, a lot of these L2s performed better than anything Richard Hart has done lately, right? So, you performance matters, right? At the end of the day, like, these are speculative assets and people want them to perform like race cars. They don't need to last forever, but they need to win a race, they need to run. Vitalik basically bitch slapped RH. Okay, somebody else posting a B-Roots with this comment. I've been saying 1 and 2 for the longest time. Stop copying and pasting. Shield properly. Mic drop. Okay. Vibe should match substance, the degree of your connection. I agree with this. I was talking to Fast Abdul and some other people about this, and I was like, he's just really out of touch, and he's like not connected, very disconnected in his posts and the way he communicates and sees the world, and it gives me an insight to like maybe what's going on inside him. And so I think Vitalik, I mean, obviously the guy's he's like super intelligence, right? He's like a walking AI. So I mean, he even though he doesn't seem like he has social intelligence, he actually does. He's just kind of a little autistic, but I think he does understand like girls and social intelligence more than people would think he does. And when you read this, the way he phrases vibes should match substance, the degree of your connection to Ethereum and your public image should reflect the degree of connection to Ethereum that your thing has in reality. I think it's just really smart and well said. And without starting a fight or anything. He's actually a really smart kid. He's not a kid. I don't know. I'm sure he looks like a kid, but probably not.
Like 28 now or something.
Yeah.
27, 20.
He's smart. He's a smart guy, man.
He learned Chinese in like 30 days. Like, fuck. Are you kidding me? Learned
Really?
the whole language.
Is that the thing in 30 days?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, but I think if you're dating the girl too, it helps. You have a lot of like drive, right? You know, he was dating like a Asian girl, right? I had a lot of
That's why
drive.
I learned.
When I was
He
dating a
is
Russian girl, I had like a
polyglot.
lot of drive to learn Russian suddenly, you know. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to learn.
He's a
some-
polyglot in general.
Oh, is he? He's just a genius, man.
That's why he speaks so many like computer languages, all these, Rust and all these other stuff.
Really?
Go and all that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Coder.
Currencies go, I'm basically, so as far as people in cryptocurrencies go, I'm basically like a god. So as far as people,
Good God. My life is awesome.
So much of this. Oh my God. To pull out, to pull up, to ascend, to Phoenix, to recover gloating and glowering powers. There'll be someone will write a biography, right? Someone will write a book. Either way.
So, all 1,000 BTC, all-time high, 190,000. Okay. So apparently the 4chan, the person that called the October 6th top, which wasn't like rocket science. It was technically the top, mathematically and time-wise, linearly. You know, when I made a stream about it when I talked about it, and I was like, look, I got to tell you guys all the bearish cases for crypto right now, and that was around October 9th or something when I made that video, and I was like, look, the top could be in, and you guys all killed me, but it was true. We had to have that discussion, right? So it wasn't that big.
Well, that was also October 10th was the punch in the nose, right? Wasn't that the same like mass liquidation on Hyperliquid or some shit?
Yeah, I don't remember. It was right around there. I made my bear case for the crypto market, and I was like, "Look, technically, we have to acknowledge that a market that the crypto that the cycle is over, and Richard Hart missed it, and what have you, right?" And I posted that in my Telegram too, and people were pissed. But I'm like, "Look, I got to tell this to you, you know." So this guy that called the October 6th top, which was the top, he's still saying that we're going to get rebounds here. And ETH is going to 15K, BTC 190K, Sol 1,000, and he's saying it's going to happen this year. I think it's really interesting. It could be possible. I mean, that would line up with my crazy some of my crazy drawings, right? Like that we're gonna do this. People aren't gonna realize that this is all you're gonna get for a bear market, and we go on a ripper. Maybe it is the end of the year. We go on a ripper, right? Like, who knows? That would be crazy. That would be crazy. And then everyone's waiting down here for the lows, and that's your lows, man. That's all you got. That'd be interesting. Let's see. Oh, yeah, the Kate's paid suicide thing. That's a lot of crazy stuff. Hold your balls, James Wynn says. BTC doing exactly as predicted. Dude, did he also put a range exactly where I have mine? He did 68.
He's not the most predicting predictor.
He's not. Okay.
James Wynn.
He did 64 to 69. I did 64 to this top to 73. Mine was actually more accurate. You can literally see the candles lined up perfect in my box. I mean, look at that. Top of this candle right here is 73. Top of my box is 74. So, I mean, damn. That was pretty awesome. We're making a box a bit larger. Yeah, my box was larger. Interesting that person just said that. Okay, cool. I like him. It's pretty close to what I was saying. I was buying the fuck out of BTC January. So what's he saying? Oh, the swing trade. Yeah, I mean, I think that we're due for a bounce because you have to understand. I'm going to tell you guys this is really important. Why I have this box here as well. I'm going to show you something. So this is the old all-time high, 64 over here. All right, 64 to 69, and that's why I have the bottom of the range here. So you're hitting the top of the all-time high from last cycle. So you better believe we're getting a bounce here, even if I'm wrong and we don't get a higher low as I've sketched here. We're getting a bounce Okay, even if we're going to come lower after that, I'm open to that. This is probably where you're about to get a mega rally. You're about to get a mega rally, at least BTC to 85K. Man, it could go to 90K or something crazy like 100K. But we're about to get a mega rally. There's no doubt about that. Okay, because we're hitting the top of the old bull run. All right, so be ready for that. Who knows what else could happen? Richard's assault charge has been dropped. Oh yeah, I posted that earlier today about his assault charge. What? Oh God, I don't want to talk about that.
Was that real or not?
What? This thing? It was. It was
or not? I don't know if it really did or not. I don't know.
It was emails that were trying to get somebody in pediatrics to help them understand how to get little babies to suck on nipples better, and it was Epstein. So I don't think they were talking about nipples. It was really heartbreaking email to read. Really sad because the doctor was helping them, teaching them how to.
I swear, man. If you're going to bring a kid into this world, I think that you should program, your house to only show 1980s movies, 1990s movies or TV shows. Like just replay the time before like mass degeneracy. Because God, oh my God, all this Epstein crap.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So this is the identity. This is the Richard Schuler on Interpol. I took a screenshot of this earlier. So the charges are only aggravated tax fraud. So they've dropped the other charges, but the one that really we care about is aggravated tax fraud. That's the bad one. The governments actually don't care if he attacks some 16-year-old. They just want you to pay your fucking taxes. So I don't know, but whatever. I suppose this is a step in the right direction, right? So that's good. And a reminder, links are at the top, guys. Go to Same Wolf Vision to follow and subscribe. Right now, I have 3,699 posts. So if you follow me right now, it's kind of lucky. It's pretty cool. So I have 3,699 posts. I'm not going to post anything for the next 2 days so I can enjoy this. And remember, you want to go to Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram. That's where all the fun happens, okay? Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram. That's where all the fun happens. And winter's almost over. It's going to get crazy on there. So go to Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram. All right? Let's see. You guys are going to start DCAing? Yeah, let's keep it. I'm going to be updating you guys. I'm streaming more again. Because I don't know what else to do with my life, and yeah, that's what it is. And we're talking to some people in Dubai. Might be doing a bigger show here, working with some people, bigger people in the space, and we might have I might do like one night a week and be part of a big crypto show coming up here, which could be interesting. We're talking to it. Who knows? They may move me to Dubai and everything. So let's see. Yeah, thanks. Really appreciate the stream. Maybe in 2020.
Does this go to everyone if I put it in the Zoom, or do you see it? Do you see this link if I give you a link?
Yeah. You want me to pull it up?
Yeah, pull it up.
I'm trusting you. I don't know what this is, chat. All right. White House is backing UFO disclosure. Representative Burleson said Trump told DOD to grant access to sites with alleged craft bodies and archives. White House told the DOD to make it happen. Will it be true disclosure? Cool. We're getting closer to
throughout this investigation. One of the asks that I've put into the White House, and I think that they legitimately are trying to make happen, is a series of visits to some of these locations, right? Like I have obviously been given throughout this investigation locations that where it's reported that that these materials or objects or craft exist, or the bodies exist, or the archive exists, and we have. That's where that sits. We've given the DOD a list. So the White House has told the DOD to make it happen. I mean, to Trump's credit, as a disclosure. So that's the extent at which they've been involved. Is literally just saying to the Department of Defense that, hey, Burleson, we're backing his request. Do what you can to make it happen. And so I'm very grateful for that. It's been very difficult to make happen.
You still got some obstruction.
Yes. So we still, it's got to go all the way down to the end of the fingertip level. And so but at the top of the DOD is doing what they can to try to organize this. And it may have to be slimmed down at the beginning. So one of the first, right now we're looking at following all of this process to have at least just myself go to one site, and at least that's what they're asking. And then once we see that process work, and have figured out the path, then we'll repeat that to the other locations and include other members of Congress.
I think it could be coming very soon. I don't know if it comes this year. Maybe they're just kind of like feeding it into our thing. Maybe it comes more near the end of his presidency. It would be a really great way to actually on the next all-time high, because I think this is part of a bigger cycle, and I think we're about to get the next stage up after the Clarity Act comes in. And you guys have heard me talk a lot about this back even a couple years about the next cycle coming quite early. Shemitah year being 2028, but in 2020 going into 2027 we're ripping. That would be interesting. And but you know, I don't know. Is a theory that this cycle is not even over yet possible, or is this cycle over and we're about to have a new cycle come soon? I don't know. But whatever it is, we certainly haven't gone to the highs that I think we know we're going to. I think the real when the real printing comes, this next cycle going into whenever it happens, the end of this year, if it comes early, it comes late, whatever, it's going to come. That's when you're going to see ETH at, you know, at least 10K, 15K, maybe more. BTC's probably going to be, you know, certainly above 150,000, probably in the around the 200,000 range at least. And I think that's when maybe to create that crash, maybe that's where you get the aliens. That would be something that they could be saving for there. Get the alien invasion. Start of the bear market with the aliens. I don't know. I don't know when they're going to do it. But
what comes after aliens, though? I mean, it has to be.
That's it.
It has to be dystopia or utopia. Yeah. It has to be.
So I actually
everything is bliss, and you're rich because everything is free. Robots are the labor, and AI is the genius.
Then aliens.
So you either have a utopia scenario or you have a dystopia scenario.
Yeah, it could be 2034 when the aliens come then, because I think that's officially time's up for the dollar. That's when the real transition happens. I think it's around the mid 2030s, 2032 to 2034. You should have your exit strategy in place by then. By the way, you're getting kind of late now. It's 2026. Yeah, you need to be hustling.
Real estate in South America.
Yeah, well, I think South America could be cool, but
BRICS nations. I'm only buying in BRICS nations, ones that actually produce more physical material than service industries.
Exactly,
that's the only place I'm buying.
I think I would focus on BRICS nations for sure. That could be good. The entity that runs the U.S., the United States, is an occupied nation. I know this is debatable. We're not going to go into it, but I believe it is, and I believe that same entity is in the process of occupying Latin America as well, South America. So be aware. But it's a big place, and there'll be a lot of places to go in the meantime, Brazil particularly. But good luck getting business done there. Good luck getting banking done there, and good luck not getting scammed through any of these processes. People will collude, and they will take your shit. You know, the attorneys, the local people, the accountants, law enforcement, they will all collude, and they will, yeah. So you better know you better know what you're doing if you're going to Latin America. You better really know what you're doing, unless you're like maybe an older guy, super low key. You know what I mean? Like, but
shuffling through
unknowns. If they sense that you got some capital and you're going to get rounded up and taken, it's just a matter of time. Most Westerners are not smart enough to understand like real corruption and how the actual world runs. And maybe the Epstein thing's waking people up, but yeah.
Well, I can move to Romania with the Tates. I'm sure that they can give me some advice on non-corrupt countries.
Yeah, there's definitely parts of the Balkans, Eastern Europe. There's definitely places to go that may be at least intermediaries for the time being, for sure. I'm where I am for a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons, and I've talked about it a lot before. It's a combination thing. So I've lived everywhere. All right, but also safety was a big one too. I could literally leave my front door open here, and I wouldn't worry. Never be able to do that in Latin America. And I could fall asleep having a coffee with my iPhone on a table here at a cafe. Nobody's going to touch me. Nothing's going to happen. And that's the kind of life I wanted. That was a high priority for me, where I could relax. I'm not in my 20s anymore. Some of you guys that are still like feisty, whatever, you go to Latin America, do it, fine. But you're going to have to be really sharp 24/7. Forget having a relaxed, tired day where you're just going to sit at a cafe and put your legs up. No, you're being watched every fucking place you go, whether you realize it or not. Somebody's got eyes on you. So you got to find that spot that's like going to be good. Probably as an intermediary. A lot of you guys think you're just going to go right to the perfect spot. You're not. You should find a place you can get to, start consolidating your life, you know, in a place that ideally they're not spraying shit on you from the skies. And then once you get that location, then you can start opening up. You've figured out now international banking. You got all your international shit. You got it down, how to live internationally. And then you can branch out to finding that like maybe most ideal spot for you. Yeah, Bulgaria could be on the list. There's a lot of interesting things to explore in Bulgaria, actually. It's a bit of a disaster infrastructure-wise, but if you're there with a group, it could be cool. We're actually putting a group together here in Czech Republic, and there's already people signing up to come out here. I have a friend, she's does like retreats and stuff like that, and she's putting it together through her like spiritual channels and stuff that she does. And so if you guys are interested, let me know. I can put it in the Telegram, because I know, we kind of cross paths with a lot of people here on Pulse Chain, spirituality and crypto, and a lot of creative people. So maybe some of you guys would like coming out to that retreat. Should be interesting. She's like a healer and a channeler and stuff like that. But it's like going to be a group of, I don't know what she's doing, like physio people, and maybe I'll do some shamanic drumming or something. I don't know what I'll do. We'll see. I think there may even be some DMT experiences too that she's lining up, because there is somebody that gets plant medicine here from there. I think is it a Brazilian couple? There's an interesting couple here. I haven't met them yet. I haven't done it yet, but they get medicine from Latin America, South America, and they do rituals here. So that could be interesting too. Yeah, man, I would visit Bulgaria. That sounds cool. Are we gonna
Slovenia is the prettiest country I've been to so far, and I've been in like 80 countries.
Bulgaria was the prettiest?
Slovenia.
Oh, Slovenia. Oh, I've heard amazing things about Slovenia. I've heard it's very beautiful. Yeah, it's very close to where I am.
Anywhere around Lake Bled, any of those lakes, any of those mountains, rolling green during the summer at least. The winter may be harsh, but really the most beautiful.
I'm going east, man, this summer. I'm going to go to Moravia, and then maybe I'll go to Slovenia. Oh, I'm thinking Slovakia. Sorry, man, I messed it up. So Slovenia is also, it's different. That's also very close to me too. But
it used to be called Yugoslavia, right?
Yeah, Czech, and then Slovakia is to my east of here. But it's great because the trains are amazing, and with the best. Like, you guys don't understand traveling here. It's so amazing. You can just road trip, just buy a ticket, it's super cheap. You can cross the country. You get on the train, like beer, drinks, all super cheap. The food is actually decent on the train. You sit in the dining car. You can. I mean, it's amazing. It's just an amazing experience. Poland's awesome too. What if this is manufactured?
Sounded like a scene from Pulp Fiction. Was it Vince Vega saying, and I don't mean a plastic cup of beer. I mean a glass of beer. You could get a glass of beer in the movie theater or something like that.
Oh yeah, you can drink. You can get beer in the movie theater. There's one right down the street. There's couches. You just go sit up, order beer, drink. Like, I don't know. I could never move back. It's not even crossed my mind once to move back. Like, I'm addicted to the life here. I do miss the sound of my car, but I mean, come on, who gives a fuck? Like, there's other advantages out here. Saying, are we trapped till 2029? No, we're not. Things are going to get really juicy. But look, the Clarity Act is coming. You got to wait. They're just holding it off. They're going to time this for themselves here, and then we're going to go, man. We're going to have a ripper. I do want to show you this silver thing. I showed it the other night, I think on the other stream. But we're out of time, man. We're past, we're almost at 2 hours. I'm done. I did deadlifts today.
Oh, good.
I want to get some sleep. I'm going to drink some raw. I'm going to make what am I going to make? Eggs. I'm going to make a, what do you call that? Eggnog. Some cream, some raw eggs, a little tequila. Nice. Do some stretches.
It's rum. It's not tequila.
Well, you can do whatever you want. I like tequila. It's a little peppery. I like that tequila in there with some cinnamon. And
something to curdle the egg in the milk. Okay.
Curdle the egg? What do you mean curdle the egg in milk?
Well, the alcohol curdles the egg instantly, I think.
Does it? Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
I mean, what eggnog kind of is it curdles it, so it doesn't give you salmonella, and it doesn't give you problems with your digestion.
Oh, okay.
The alcohol.
Yeah, I love drinking these. Yeah, Slovakia.
Nutmeg.
Overnight train to Prague. Yeah, man. Yeah. I love living out here. I love it. It's beautiful. So everything's gonna be great. Let's wrap up with a little bit of music. So remember, links are at the top, guys. Gary is funding Jim. Thanks for coming, bro. It's great to see you.
Good to see you. I'll talk with you more later.
Yeah, man. Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram, okay? Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram.
Don't stop now when it feels so great. You can run till you slip on the sidewalk, and the same bone that you pick on break. That's a motif. Yeah. when it's coming right back. So familiar, never been realer. Never felt so damn good where I'm at. I don't know what it's all about. Running through too many thoughts to count. That's way better. Still ain't adding up. I'll let you know when I had enough. Yeah. Hey, yeah. I put some money on forever, but
Yo, Briz, what's up, man? What do you mean ignored you? About what? Let me search your name in the thing. What'd you say?
So I just watch. Well, the sun is shining. I can look at the horizon. The
Briz. Money. Of course it is. It's all connected. Money printers will come. We love you, man. I didn't. I think good times are coming, man. Yeah, the Balkans are awesome. The Balkans are amazing. Okay, so really quick, listen. The last couple of streams, or I think I did it last night with some of you guys are still here. Like only 5 people left. I did last night. I think it was last night with Crypto Factor. I showed, or maybe it was the night before a stream. I showed the relationship between silver and the S&P. Okay. Every time silver is topped out and gone on like a fucking run, a ripper, since the 80s. Listen to me. Since the 80s, since every time silver goes on a ripper, when it stops, tops out, shortly after, the S&P goes on an unbelievable fucking ripper. So maybe we haven't seen anything yet. Maybe we're about to go into up-only season very soon. All right. Maybe up-only season is coming very quick. And you guys can just go look at the chart. Just go to your whatever you have. Go to the silver. Go to the 80s. Go to the 2011, and look at the relationship between that and equities. Okay, and look how soon after when silver tops out and consolidates and comes down, S&P goes nuts, ballistic. Okay, will it happen again? And I did it, I think, the other night on one of the streams. I don't know. You'd have to go and go through the streams. But I'll do it again on the next one, so remind me. But you guys can go look yourself on the charts, and you'll see that relationship. And it's very clear. It's very clear. So I think it could be coming. It could be coming. And, of course, crypto is going to be a part of that, right? Of course it will. And to Briz's question about is this all part of an excuse to get the money printers going? Sure, this is all leading up to it. We're going to get. They need a crisis. They can't just fucking print money, right? So they have to have a bunch of dumb shit. Could be the aliens. Could be whatever. I don't know what it is, but it's something. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So hold on, everybody. Yeah, it's Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram. I'll see you there. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next stream. Good night, everybody.